Hi, this is Dan from Gear Diary. When Judy was at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona this past February, the most exciting thing that she saw, as far as I'm concerned, was this. It is the Samsung Galaxy Note 8.0. I spent some time with the Galaxy Note 2, the 5.5-inch phablet. I also spent some time with the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1. One was a little too small, one was a little too big. This is potentially just right. So I've got a couple of weeks that I'm going to be able to spend with it, and I just thought we would take a quick first look at it, and then along the way I'll talk about and I'll write up what I think of the actual device. Inside the box you have, of course, the tablet itself. It is a really nice size. It has the same design cues as the entire Samsung Galaxy Note line. It is plastic with a silver ring around it, a nice screen, a big bezel, especially for somebody who uses the iPad mini. This is a large bezel. We'll come back to this in a second. Let's look at what else is in the box. Also in the box you have a US wall adapter. This is the US version of the device. You have a micro USB charging cable, USB to micro USB. They're not using that proprietary connector, which I really appreciate. You've got instruction information, and that's it. So like all of the other phones and devices, there is less and less being included with the device itself. You've simply got a way to sync and charge your Galaxy Note 8.0. Now, what makes this tablet special is this S Pen. It is about the same size and weight as the one that I used on the 10.1. I don't have that available to me, so I can't compare them. It is a little bit bigger than the one on the Galaxy Note 2, and I really like the idea of the stylus. I was actually caught up in the Samsung UMPC fervor a bunch of years ago. I had their UMPC and their second one and even their third one, which had the split keyboard, and they all kind of fell short. It's really interesting for me to be back with a device that's about the same size and has a pen. And I like the S Pen because even though there are limited applications with which it works, you are able to actually turn off the touch aspect of the screen and simply use the pen only for input, which is important for me as a lefty because I tend to get a lot of vectoring when I don't have the ability to do that. So something like this is perfect for being in a meeting and taking handwritten notes. That's really the biggest thing that I've been missing with the iPad and the iPad mini is the ability to actually write and take very quick notes when I'm meeting with someone. That has continued to require me to go back to a pen and paper solution, either a Moleskine and taking a picture with the Evernote camera, or the LiveScribe pen and a special LiveScribe notepad. This device may actually give me an electronic way to do exactly that. Let's take a quick tour around the device itself, and then I'm actually going to spend some time, I'm going to set it up and we'll come back on camera for another post. So you have the screen here, you have here a light sensor, and you've got a front-facing camera. You have down here your back button, your menu button, and you've got your home button here. It is raised up just enough that it's easy to access by touch, by grip. Along the side you have an IR blaster, which is really nice. You've got volume up and volume down, you've got power control, and you've got a hole for a microphone. Along the bottom you'll find the S Pen here, you'll find a speaker, the micro USB charge sync point, and another speaker. Both speakers on the bottom. That's fine because you're probably going to be holding the device like this. You're not going to be cradling it like this and blocking off the speakers when you're using it. Along this side, you've got a micro SD card slot. This has 16 gigabytes of built-in storage, but you can actually add a huge amount of extra storage so that you actually get a really good capacity tablet. And at the top, you've got the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. On the back, you've got the camera and you've got an indicator of where the S Pen would go. Let's quickly run down the specs on the Samsung Galaxy Note 8.0. I have to tell you, I haven't turned it on yet. It feels really good in the hand. It feels very solid even though it's plastic, and I like the size. I've been loving my iPad mini, and this may be a really, really good option. It is an 8-inch screen. It has a resolution of 1280 by 800 with super clear type LCD. The S Pen is 5.5 millimeters long, and it has a 1.6 gigahertz quad-core processor. It's really fast. The rear camera is a 5 megapixel autofocus camera. The front-facing camera is 1.3 megapixels. It has 2 gigabytes of RAM. So 2 gigabytes of RAM and a quad-core processor. That's going to keep this, or it should keep this, zipping along quite nicely. It has the Smart Remote Universal Remote Control built into it. That's here, that's the IR Blaster. I love that idea. It offers full 1080p HD playback and HD recording. It obviously has the Android operating system, and it has a 46 milliamp hour battery. It looks great, it's well spec'd, it isn't bleeding edge technology built into it, but it's pretty close. It is the Samsung Galaxy Note 8.0. This is Dan for Gear Diary. Thanks very much for watching.